Best ways to cheat in high school, guys. Lock in.
Has at least had a thought about cheating in school.
Yup, guys. Lock in, guys.
And not even on an exam, like any kind of assignment. I never really would cheat.
In assignment, everyone cheats. Not about exam. Exam में कोई some people cheat. Some people do not cheat in exam.
Unless I really had to. Basically, when got desperate and I didn't study enough, I don't know, man. I just had to do what I had to do. But YouTube, I'm not endorsing these actions, okay? This is all for educational purposes. But yeah, today we're going over the best and worst cheating methods. Now, when I was in elementary school or middle school, I barely...
Best cheating method is by asking someone, by asking your friend, rather than carrying some external object like paper chit or something, a book or something like that, or a mobile.
Cheated because I thought if I broke a rule, it was the end of the world. I thought I was gonna go to
literally by that you will literally have 0% evidence that you were literally cheating. You can deny. I was not cheating. I was asking something. I was asking stationery from him. Literally no evidence, zero evidence. But if you are carrying some external object like chit or something like that, even a book, you're caught, man. GG's, motherfucker. Nobody can save you.
Jail, serve 50 years for cheating in school. It wasn't that deep. I would have just got an F on the test. But I did cheat once for whatever reason. And when I did,
You have not cheated once. You have cheated multiple times. I can literally tell. This is the reason you are making that video.
Method where you would look at another student's paper. Now, when you look at somebody else's paper, you run the risk of getting caught immediately.
Literally, for looking the paper of someone else, you have to have really good eyesight because the distance is really far away. Literally. You know what I get?
Because the teacher's obviously gonna eye down everybody taking the test. Then you're sitting there looking like an idiot, trying to be slick. And when the teacher does glance in your direction, you pretend like you were looking at the clock or some shit. So when I didn't study enough and I was watching too much Lego Ninjago or playing too much Pokemon, whatever, that was my go-to. And one time I ended up getting caught. And the person's paper that I looked at, they ended up snitching on me. So yeah, it was up, bro. It was over. I had to explain away to the teacher. No, I was just looking across the room, you know, just the paper just got in my line of sight. And I got out of it somehow. I have no clue how. We had like those cardboard folder, whatever the hell they were, things over our paper. So like we couldn't look at other people's paper. But I was like making it way too obvious.
Cardboard so you can't look on other people. What the fuck was that, man?
So it just wasn't gonna work out. Sometimes you can't even see all the information that you're trying to get on the paper. But if you take a quick glance and somehow get all the information.
Some people do not have nice writing and stuff like that, and it is really hard to understand someone else writing. And even it is literally far away from you. And even it was cardboard box you were saying. So it is really hard to cheat, man.
And
then, that technique. So it is a L technique, I guess.
I guess that's good. So overall, I'm gonna rate this method like a 4 out of 10. Now we got
1 out of 10, man. 1 out of 10, gang.
Chain method. I don't know what to call it, but basically this method requires an entire squadron of people ready to cheat and
yup.
Just getting an F on their exam. Now, I've never done this personally, but in one of my classes, I have seen somebody doing this, and my brother has done it before. They would just give each other a little hand signal under the desk for whatever letter the answer was, and they would pass it down the row to each other. Like, they had a whole line of people doing this.
Yup. In India, everyone do that.
I have no clue how the teacher didn't notice, but they all ended up passing the exam. And this method, it's pretty easy to get caught. Like, I've seen people try to pass around a note card before. Like, dog, what the hell? That's not gonna work. Like,
that hard to get caught in this shit.
See, you're passing something around. You can't make it super obvious. But anyways, we're gonna rate this one probably a 6 out of 10. When it's done right, you know, it could be pretty solid. Going to the bathroom. Dog, this is the...
Going to the bathroom and searching from phone or asking a friend. Literally, going to the bathroom can work. Literally, this is even L. How the fuck will you have phone while you are having the examination hall? How the fuck will you have a phone? You can say your friend who is in another class, not in the same class, because if you are in the same class, 2 students at the same time are not allowed to go in washroom. So what the fuck can you do? You can say your best friend or another friend who is in another class. They are literally multiple class. You can say him to get out of the washroom at the same time, and he will also come, you will also come. Like, for example, examination starts at 10 o'clock and you have to say that come in that place at 11 o'clock. That's the match, man. And then you are going to tally the answer.
Oldest trick in the book. I mean, unless your teacher does not give a singular they are not falling for this. Like, imagine it's dead silent and you just go up to the teacher like, can I go to the bathroom?
May I go to washroom, miss?
Yeah, bro, just pack it up. But I mean, I guess if you really gotta go to the bathroom during an exam, yeah, you know, you could pull out your phone. I may or may not.
How can you pull your phone, man? It is not possible, man.
That a few times. But usually when a teacher does let you go to the bathroom, on the off chance they don't really care that much, they let you go for like 1 to 2 minutes. So you really gotta be quick with it. Like, I've seen people just call up their friend in the bathroom like, dude, you don't got time for all that. Or to play Clash of Clans. Like, I don't care how much your village needs you right now, bro. You gotta lock in. It's just not worth getting an F. All right, just go quickly, get the answer you gotta get, and then go back. It's not worth trying to stall it out and get every single answer. You know, especially in college when there was $100,000 on the table. You know, I had to lock in, bro. I had to pass these tests. I couldn't just sit there and take a 26 on the test because whether or not food was on the table was all dependent on how I would do on these tests. So sometimes I would have to resort to using ChatGPT.
Oh my god, gang.
Now, when it comes to ChatGPT,
ChatGPT sometimes tell these wrong answers, man. Trust me, guys.
it's a double-edged sword because when it writes you a prompt, that shit sounds like robotic, okay?
And literally everybody fuck knows that it is of ChatGPT. If your teacher will search that on ChatGPT, they will also get the same fucking result.
No human would write whatever ChatGPT just cooked up.
You have to
take
so
this
you can
prompt.
actually get that information from that, and you have to write in your fucking language. That's easy, man.
ChatGPT.
It's not that hard.
I can't even chat GPT and humanize it. Otherwise, they're gonna be like, no human uses the word henceforth? That sounds like something somebody would have said during the Boston Tea Party.
No, man, I literally have mates from you can literally even say that shit. I have made notes from ChatGPT and I literally memorize and मैं रट्टा मारता हूँ भाई ChatGPT की notes. आप सीधी बात है
how
भाई.
preposterous. Henceforth, thy shall be bad. Like, dog, we are in the almighty 2025. And I know AI is advancing and stuff, and it's honestly really scary how fast it's moving.
Bumbling through brush, my botanical escapade continues.
That doesn't mean AI is going to cook up a paper for you every single time, but it might give you some ideas on where to start, or you could just edit some shit out of it. So I'll give ChatGPT a 7 out of 10. It's pretty solid.
ChatGPT is
Now
10 out of 10, man. No lies, man.
Yeah, looking at your phone in class. Now this one is very
This one is risky and this one is really L. ये हो नहीं सकता. ये L है महंजून. If you are caught, then you are fucked.
risky. And now the only time I would ever do this is if my test
You have to not do it.
had a lockdown browser on it. Now, one time when I was in Spanish class, I'm like, all right, dog, everyone else is using Google Translate. I'm gonna do it. And I pulled out my phone and I just left it in my backpack and pretended like I was reaching for something in my backpack. All right, not in that. Okay, I was pretending like I was grabbing a folder or a piece of paper, not a strap, okay? When I was grabbing said piece of paper, I would pull out my phone and Google Translate the answer. Because, dude, I did not study for that shit. I had way more important classes to study for. Writing shit on your arm. Bro, who does
That's weird. And teacher can literally caught you easily.
this, bro? Like, okay, this is some shit
And
out.
how do you know that thing you are writing on arm will come on your exam? That's so crazy. How the fuck do you know that that thing will only come that you are writing on arm?
Of a cartoon. The moment you roll up your sleeve and the teacher sees a whole scripture on your arm, it's over. How would you be
It's
able
over,
to
man.
hide the
GG.
entire study guide on your arm, bro? Like, this is not gonna work. But if it's something small, then I guess if that's really your sauce, I guess go for it. But in my opinion, I don't know. It just sounds like it's ass and it doesn't work. I don't know if
It's
I'm just
ass.
being a hater or something, but yeah, I'm giving this one like a 2 out of 10. This one's garbage. I've seen people do it before, but I don't know. I don't think the teachers cared enough to stop it because it really wasn't gonna help them much during the test anyway. Plus, I don't want goddamn like lead poisoning or something. I'm totally cool off that. Now we got using websites such as Quizlet, Chegg, Course Hero. Now some of these websites you
What are these? They actually, we actually give photo and they solve our doubts or something shit like that.
have to pay a subscription for, which
Okay, it is. Oh, that's weird. That's weird. That's ChatGPT is better than this. Actually,
is kind of ass, to be honest. This shit really is pay to win out here. And the moment I got to college,
we have to pay for cheating, man. That's weird.
bro, I
That's
knew
it.
I had to get a Chegg subscription. Now Quizlet and Chegg or whatever
What's that?
it is, it can help you with a lot of things. Like those stupid ass long busy work assignments that you gotta do where you gotta
We can literally do that shit from ChatGPT, man. Why do we need this shit? Literally, there are so many AI software that we can use rather than paying a fucking subscription for something shit like that.
answer like 80 questions or some ridiculous shit like that. Like, I don't have time to sit there and just fill out 80 questions. But if there's a lockdown browser and you don't want to risk using your phone, yeah, you're kind of cooked. Unless you have like some way to get around the lockdown browser, which I never really figured out a way to get around it. But regardless, 10 out of 10 method right here. It honestly really helps with those annoying ass quizzes that are like 10% of your grade for some reason. I mean, everyone looks up the answers for that anyway. No one's watching you do it. You're doing it on your own free time. You're gonna look up the answers. It's gonna happen. Working together with your classmates or like sending people the answers. Now this one, it all depends on whoever this person is you're sending the answer. They better not blow your cover. And if they don't change the answer at all, you guys are gonna get caught, obviously. So you gotta take extra precautions. You could like run it through a software that will change up the wording of it a bit, or just go in and do it yourself and change the wording. But bro, if I am delivering you the answers, you're the one changing the wording. I'm not doing it. And also, if you're receiving the answers, you gotta make sure whoever this classmate is that you're getting the answers from, you gotta make sure they have good grades in the class, because a lot of times I would give people answers and yeah, they would end up being wrong, because in some of those classes
भाई कभी-कभार क्या होता है तुम्हारा दोस्त तुम्हें आंसर बता देता है और लिटरली वो गलत होते हैं
I was barely passing. You gotta get answers from a tryhard, all right? Somebody who has an
Yup, man. You have to get answer from the person who you believe that answers are correct.
A in the class. They got internship offers everywhere, or at least somebody who's doing well